back in the game. Right, just making sure I clicked on the right account there. Right. Well, that happens. It's my internet, innit? Every time. It just has to randomly die at some point during a stream. It is why I've quit League Racing. You know. Why would I continue League Racing when I'm dealing with that? Every time. If it's comms, if it's racing, if... at least we're back. Hopefully the safety car is still out. Should be, from my calculations. Ah. There we go. We don't have flags anymore. Apparently I don't deserve that. Tiff retired. Do we know Tiff retired? Yes, we do know Tiff retired. That's fine. Right, so anything different? Zinc didn't pit. I don't know what his strategy is anymore. Camo P2. Interesting strategy. Probably can get to the end. I mean, I don't know what... is Zinc trying to get to the end? Interesting strat. Well, he has to pit yet. No, he can't. I wouldn't have thought he could get to the end. Mega's cheering P5. The other challenge is P8. Mega's got the 5-second penalty, don't forget. Yep, just 5 seconds. 3 seconds for Locker and 5 seconds for current race leader. 8 seconds for Snooky as well. But what is your race leader strategy? Just get as far as you can? It happens, Horizon. It's either at 9:20 or 10:20. I mean, they're the times that I've realised it does it. Very quick to turn back on, by the way, so... Must have been a planned one. But it happens. Alpine currently winning from Red Bull, from Mercedes, Aston, McLaren, and then Alfa Romeo. And then finally the second, the car. Or is that Williams? No, that's a Williams, isn't it? In fact, we do have the top 9, all different manufacturers. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, is it top 9? Yeah, it's top 9, all different manufacturers. Look at that! That's a stat. But it's just Haas letting us down. You know, but they did retire, so can't really do much about that one now. Right, when is Zinc going to go for this one? When is he going to start accelerating? Is he going to catch Camo off guard? Is Camo going to be right with him all the way through the safety car restart? He's gone. Has he caught anyone? No, he has not caught anyone, I think. In fact, Cornish got a great restart as Horizon pitted from P13 onto whole tyres. I don't know, unless he spun. Steadon's already making progress as well. He's side by side. That's a dive bomb from the Alpha! No! He's just taken out Josh. Josh was going to comfortably probably win this Grand Prix. And Josh is now pointing the wrong round. And if I was Josh, I would be fuming right now. That is a race victory gone. Unless there's another safety car which can bring him back in this Grand Prix. Unlikely. Stedon now P5. Only one position behind your champion leader. Shane gets a great exit on the exit in the second chicane. Thought about the dive bomb. Wasn't a gap though. Horizon's looking all over the place. That is going all over the place there with a little tank step on the exit into lens mode 2. Horizon got a very good exit again. Saving ERS though. Just turned on to see that. It seems like they didn't see a warning for a clean race. It's been decent, Muddy. It's not been terrible. Oh, well, it's just got worse. Oh dear. You've just put each other in a wall. Nice. I don't know if Matty was losing the car or if Horizon did touch him. But that's just happened. Anyway. Muddy Biscuit, while you're in the chat, actually, can Zinc get to the end? He's on 19 lap hold halves. He's got Camo right behind, though. Camo's looking towards the inside into the first chicane. It's turn 1. Gets the move done. Zinc isn't fighting it either. Shane also is now getting past or is under attack. Horizon's out. Okay, Horizon retired in the pit. Interesting decision. Can do 24 lap hold on hards easily. But this isn't be 24-old lap hards, is it? No. It'll be like 26 lap hold hards. But if you're saying easily and tyre wear being a little bit of a factor, it could maybe... Oh no! Well, that's all. Got car on the track. Off goes Mega. Mega lucky to avoid that. Is anyone else going to collect it? No, and that is causing another safety car. Yay, great. Oh. Well, you know what? It helps this man, and this man goddamn deserves the help after that one. Maybe not easily, says Mega. You don't say, lads. Well, it means this guy doesn't have to pit again. The guy in second can probably get these tyres to the end from here. They're saying that. I don't know how many laps Smithers can do. Zedek can definitely get to the end, no penalties. Got in front of Megas and cheering because of that. Mega's not going to be impressed. Plus the 5 seconds from Mega. Mega's probably worth pitting, getting rid of the 5 seconds. And he does exactly that. Would you look at that? It's almost like I'm an next racing driver. Jedi also in, but he was on softs. So, wait, Mega didn't serve his penalty. Oh wait, because I probably lagged out and rejoined, it's done it the other way around. So for us, he's done the, you know, done the pit stop and then just waited there. For him, he's probably done the 5 seconds and then done it. That was bizarre from the game. Josh P11's got one hell of a comeback drive to do after being taken out by an Alfa Romeo. I don't know which Alfa Romeo it was in the end, so I'm not going to speculate. What days and times are the decisions? Sorry, I missed that, yes. It is Div 1 Sunday, Div 2 Monday, Div 3 Wednesday, Div 4 Thursday, and Div 5 is a Tuesday. And there will be a division to match your pace. No matter how fast or how slow you are, you will be matched perfectly well. It's just that Div 2 is a bit of the crash fest, as you probably would expect actually. I mean, you see Formula 2 real life, it's a bit more clean, but then again, you see Div 2 real life or F2 real life hitting each other on the safety car and stuff, so it probably is about the same. You know, it's a bunch of rookies trying to make themselves into Div 1. It's what you expect. Yeah, I have league on Wednesday and I can't do it today because of tennis. I don't know about other days. What kind of pace would you be? Do you reckon you'd be doing Div 2 times, Div 1 times? There isn't a massive turn up for Div 1 at the moment, mainly because of the game being awful. Oh, Jedi and Locker. Oh, Locker's pitting. Okay, Locker, what are we pitting onto? Didn't speed. Perfect. He was on fresh softs. So this is already an interesting choice. Does he have a penalty to get rid of? No. Has he got wing damage? Oh, he had wing damage and didn't change his wing. Well, luckily for Locker is he's still chucked on a brand new set of softs. Unlucky for Locker is the fact that he's now going to be P11. Just about. We're going to go racing in this race, in this lap. Guys on softs have a lot of work to do. And your championship leader is amongst that. Also, the guy with the fastest pace out of everyone here today, Josh, is P10. Hello, Bauer28, welcome. I don't recognise that name. You might be from the league, you might not be. If not, then once again, feel free to join the Discord. Shane, stop overtaking each other under safety car. It's not difficult to stay behind the car. But now we have the top 6, 7... Yeah, top 8 manufacturers being all different. In fact, there's only really, what, 3 cars which have teammates in their P10, P11, P12. Well, P9 as well. Camo immediately shuts off. But remember, Camo has a lot of racing experience here. He's only back of late and back to clearly prove a point that he could have been winning this whole time. Although saying that, I remember the Camo that I used to race and he was a bit useless in the racing point. Money Biscuit, remember those days. Well, I don't know if Money Biscuit was in that. I don't think it was. I don't think it was in the championship that I won. This guy was. And I'm pretty sure he was in Racing Point at the time. Camo versus Cornish. That is a battle from ages. When is Camo going to go? Camo's gone, and he doesn't catch Cornish napping. And because of where he's gone, we've already seen a couple of spinners on cold tyres. It looks like everyone's learnt their lesson. So we are racing here on lap number 23. Instantly weaving his Camo. We've seen this today already. They're going to get penalties for this. You cannot weave. So if someone sends it in, I'm pretty sure they'll get penalty. Camo's binned it in turn 1 pretty much. Loses the rear as well. Cornish goes through on the exit of turn 2. Cornish takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix, and somehow there's no penalties to his name. This is a shocking race from Cornish. No penalties. What is this? Here comes Camo. Back up the inside. Thought about the move. Isn't quite close enough. Sneddon is putting pressure on this as well. Josh through into P8. Gets past his teammate. Mega's had a really bad start here. Through goes Josh as well onto P7 now as he goes past Slinky. And Slinky's wide. Lesmo 1, 2. Jedi's been looking to move us. Maybe Lesmo 2. Slinky's all over the place. That should give the easy overtake here for Jedi in the end into P8 as well. Still side by side actually. This maybe not as easy as Jedi once thought it was. Mega's now overtaking Lockup. But Mega's now got to be careful of the slower car in front. Back towards the front runners. No one's really in a move to battle anyone. But for Cornish, this is perfect. He's on the best compounded tyre out of the top 3. The only other one is doing well is Shane. They're 3 wide further back. You got Mookie, Josh, and Watt all trying to sort themselves out. Watt getting a penalty as well. Penalty is becoming rapid. Josh is now into P6, so he's put side by side. The Ferrari driver moves to the inside to cover Josh. That allows Watt to break really late to go past both of them. What a move by Watt. Although here comes. Oh my word, they're 3 wide. Oh, Megatron's crashed in the background. Champion is off with another Alfa Romeo in turn 1. Look at these two side by side. And also Camo versus Sneddon, but I'm more focused on this battle. Oh, that's why. Oh dear, that's in the barriers. Oh, what? Oh, don't rejoin. How many times tonight are we going to see this? This is a joke. Every time they crash, they just rejoin. And off goes Mookie as well. And he's rejoining, but... Oh. What are they doing when they crash? Right, well, lap 24. We have another safety car. I don't know how many safety cars this is at this point. It'll be a, like, what? Safety car now. Pit for softs, maybe. Stay out. I don't know what they're going to do. This is just a joke. You should not be rejoining like they are. Like, come on, you crash. You don't just reverse onto the racing line. It's going to be an on-fight for the stewards. It's going to be a fun night for me trying to survive the last 3 laps of this Grand Prix. Also, my batteries are low, so I'm going to quickly change those. I could probably do with a little breather anyway, so I'll be back in a second, ladies and gentlemen. And also, another thing is, hopefully my internet doesn't die in the last 3 laps of this Grand Prix, because it should be a good last 3 laps. What in the hell is going on at the back? They're all pitting, are they? Yes, okay. Well, Mookie's coming in the pits ahead of these 2 drivers, but Mega Centurion having contact on the Alfa Romeos. That's also crucial for the championship, because you could be getting penalty points there, if it was his fault, of course. We don't know whose fault it was. Right, back in a sec. Right, we're back. P1 Cornish. P2 is Camo in the Red Bull 18 lap on hards though. P3 is Sneddon, better lap on hards, but still on hards, coming under threat from Shane on the mediums. However, Shane's going to be trying to cover from Josh on the 4 lap old softs. However, Locker has 1 lap younger tyres than Josh in front. Jedi is the only one in a position where he can't really go forwards because of the car in front having the better tyre. What in the hell is going on here, guys? Let's hurry this up. 5 cars in this lap. They have a good job to do actually in catching the field. They should do it though. Mega Centurion's race is going to have to. This. Right, ladies and gentlemen, put in the chat which one of these drivers win this race. You have a 1 in 10 chance. That is a 10% ratio in picking a driver who is going to win this Grand Prix. Although saying that one's got a penalty, so maybe you can go, what, a little bit better percentage just because of the driver with the penalty. Although saying that, Cornish has bolted. And Camo has not caught him off guard. P3's made a good start to this as well. So is Shane and so is Josh. Terrible restart for the rest of the field. They weren't even paying any attention, were they? Right then, Camo into turn of 1. We've seen this before. Late braking. Cornish this time holds it around the outside, have the inside line for the next corner. Still side by side on the exit. This is going to helping every other driver catch up to these two as they battle this half of P1. Steddon is putting all sorts of pressure on the front two drivers here. And here comes Shane. What about the other McLaren driver? Going into the second chicane, who was braking late. Oh, Shane's hit the back of Steddon. Steddon's hit the back of the Red Bull. Lucky not to spin any of them out. Mookie gets past Jedi. Good move there by Mookie. And here comes Matty. Matty round the outside into Lesmo 1. Still side by side between the pair. Great battling going on here actually for going side by side. Lesmo 2 now. What a move by Matty that is. That is a class move. Back towards the front though. We're looking towards Shane on the back of Snedden. Snedden trying to catch up to the guy in front. Shane all over the curbs. That's going to be a mistake. He's going to lose momentum as well. Here comes Josh. Said Josh could be out this, but I don't think Josh is no longer out this. We only have 1 lap and 1 corner to go in the Italian Grand Prix here tonight. The one who's looking in the best situation right now is Cornish. The one's in the worst situation. The one's on hard. Through goes Josh. Very crucial move. He's on soft. He's got 3 drivers ahead of him. Try and win this Grand Prix. Locker gets fast lap of Grand Prix. In fact, Shane is going backwards here at a rate of knots because here comes Locker with a fast lap of Grand Prix as well to his name. Into turn number 1. Anyone making a move? Not quite. Camo is putting so much pressure on Cornish. There's contact between the pair. Is this going to allow Shedden to catch up to the pair of them? Yes, it is. Shedden gets a great exit. But I don't think there is a way through for Snedden. He goes to the outside of turn 3. He's going to go for a switchback. Both of them struggling on ERS, but especially Camo. Into the second chicane. There is side by side. Through goes Snedden. Oh, cutting the chicane from both of them. Through goes Shane on Josh because of that. Lucky not to get a penalty as well. Oh, look at the move from... Oh, that's going to be a move and a half. Josh got that one to work, and it didn't quite work out from Locker. Still trying to look for a move through. Shane gets all squirrely on the exit of Lesmo 2. Going into the fast left. Oh, Shane's out of ERS as well. They're both out of ERS. Locker's doing well on ERS in comparison. They side by side with someone else. Oh, we got more contact on a straight line. And, oh dear. That's off the track. Oh, Shane! No! He didn't deserve that. Shane's out this Grand Prix on the final lap of the Grand Prix through Ascari. He's caused so many crashes tonight. That's Ascari, not Shane. Shane's done well with the drama so far. But for Cornish, he's going to win the Italian Grand Prix with no penalties as well. Definitely had the strategy of the day for that one. Locker gets the unserved time penalty. Camo gets P2 on his return and Steddon P3 for the championship. Perfect result for him. Ahead of his championship rival means the gap at the front is closing all the time. BBB Thought is in the chat as well. Good to see some new people joining the league as well. I've just noticed that. And then let's scroll across so you have everything here as well. Fast lap actually went to Mega Centurion, so he's going to gain another point for that. We'll look at results weekend in a minute, see who got the best. Cornish definitely drove day. I mean, he's come from P17 on the goddamn grid to somehow win this Grand Prix. And then we're going to scroll down just to see that Steele's at the bottom. Shameful race from him. The drive-through at the penalty got to his head, and after that, it was that. So let's invite these drivers. Cornish first. Camo, I noticed, is on PC, so probably can't invite him. In which we'll invite Snedden instead. If there is a way that Camo can join, hopefully he will let me know. Results weekend, because I disconnected, I don't think... Oh no, this is showing me all the results, isn't it? Yes. So Snedden doing really well to gain 4 points back on Mega. That doesn't sound so great, does it? 4 points. Oh, at least he's still gaining, I suppose. I mean, he lost points against Mega in the first race and gained it back in the second, so... 4 points better between the championship, between the top two. If it stays like that on penalties, which it probably won't. There's quite a lot going on there. Is there a way Camo can join? Let's have a message. Right, we just messaged Camo. Hopefully he gets back to me soon.
Camo's able to join parties. He's just in my party.
Who, which one?
So Camo is just in my Xbox Live party, so he'll be able to join this.
Okay. He might not. He doesn't normally do interviews.
Oh,
Yeah. That's the other thing as well, if he doesn't do interviews. Because I
he
remember,
should do them.
yeah, I remember when he last was commentating on Camo, he didn't do interviews, so. But the other two drivers to join, including yourself, which is here. Who is the other one? I can't remember now.
Snedden.
Yes. Does he join parties?
Yeah, should do.
I did invite him. There he is. Well, I'm not going to spend too long waiting for Camo, because I do know that he hasn't done it in the past. Right, we'll just go straight on to Snedden, who came P3 then. Snedden, you cleared your audio? Oh,
I believe so, yeah.
hi there. How's it going?
Pretty good. I mean, after being last, at like lap 12, I'll take a third. But yeah, good.
Yeah, it was a good drive in the main race. Yeah, however, in qualifying, short qualifying it was, there was a lot of pressure in short qualifying between yourself and Mega Centurion, but you managed to qualify him to come home P2 in qualifying. Was that what you expected? Were you expecting to be in front of him, or were you expecting Mega to have something else?
I mean, I was expecting to be up there with Josh and Mega. Um, yeah, I mean, I expected us all to be a bit equal. Because I saw there was a bit of a gap between Josh, me, and Mega to the rest. Um, but yeah, quali didn't really go to plan. I mean, P2 is still good because I had a Mega, but I was hoping for P1 and then hopefully defend that lead, then gain some more points on him. But I just had a shocking start, so lost even more.
Yeah, you had a battle with Ice Boy, I believe it was, in the first race as well, which, well, on the last lap of the race meant you dropped out of the podium as well. Did you just not have pace in the sprint, or what happened in the sprint?
I feel like I had pace to keep up with Josh and Mega after I fell to P3, but just through a scurry every single lap, I just lost time. I had a shocking exit, so that allowed him to get the better of me on the last lap. It was very annoying.
But you used it as great motivation for the main race, where, like you said, you did end up last at one point to come home P3. Damage gained, I suppose, in the championship as well. You must be quite happy with that performance.
Yeah, I mean, once I saw, I think it was Ice Boy and Centurion fall down the grid, I thought it was like too good to be true. And then safety car restart, I spun, and then yeah. But I mean, I feel like I should maybe should have had P2 on the last lap, but third from where I was is still a good result.
Yeah, you'll take it. You do gain 4 points in the championship as well against Mega. Are you thinking about that or not really?
Um, I mean, you've got to think about it if you're second, but the gap still a bit big for it to be a good chance for me to win. But I think it's still 40 odd points, so it's not looking too great, but hopefully we can close it down as much as I can. So we'll see.
Yes, the gap, if it stays like this between the races, it'd be 43 points, which is under 2 race wins. But yeah, you're going to have to do something bit special between you and Mega. But who knows, anything is possible. It's why we go racing. Next week, we are going towards calendar. Next week is USA. Are you looking forward to that one?
I mean, I've barely driven it, so I've, we'll have fun. Guessing, well, finding out what the track's like, and hopefully I've got a bit of pace there to close the gap even more.
Tell you what, you are in for something special at USA because that is one difficult track, especially if TT times aren't loading, which means you won't be able to grab setups. I don't know if that is the thing
Ah,
for
okay.
everyone.
I thought that was just me.
No,
I was my time trials were bugging out all week.
yeah, no, I think
Oh,
time
okay.
trial is currently completely down. So if you want setups, I suspect you'll be going towards YouTube, if not creating your own, in which case I wish you guys good luck for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Are there...
The leaderboards work just for global. You just can't see your friends list.
Right. Does that mean you can
So
still
you
see
can
your
get global
setups though?
times. Yeah, so for example, I just used the top TT setup for this week. That's what I did. Just changed the wing a little bit.
Fair
Well,
enough.
yeah.
I mean, Monza's quite straightforward, thankfully, for setup, but I think Kota will be a different story.
Well, massively. But yeah, are there any shout outs or anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Snedden?
No, I mean, not really. Just, uh, yeah. I mean, podium. I'll take it over, well, anything else really. Um, but hopefully I'll be back here next week in Kota.
Well,
And
hopefully,
well done, Cornish, as well. Congratulations.
yes, hopefully our main commentator won't be falling off ladders at that point and be alright to commentate. And we'll hopefully see you then. But we will see. It depends how many more ladders he wants to jump off. Anyway, moving on to Mr. Cornish. Hi there.
Good evening.
First things first, should we start with the short qualifying?
Yeah, I bottled it essentially. I set my first lap, but every single time, so I did 2 runs on all 3 sets of tires because on the first one I invalidated or cocked up. So I wasn't running with the ideal tires. The first lap I managed to set, but then the next 2, in Ascari, somebody was off the track to the side of Ascari, put me right off, and I ended up invalidating just trying to avoid them. And then in the final one, I just completely bowled it. So I was unhappy with my qualifying, to be honest. I could have gone at least like 3/10, maybe 4/10 more, which would have put me from, where did I start? 8th, I think, 9th. It probably would have got me up to like 5th, which would have been better. And then yeah, I just on the sprint race start, I got shunted into the rear by someone, which pushed me into the car in front, and I got wing damage, which is great. And then the rest of it was just a disaster. The rest of the sprint, to be honest. That's how qualifying went.
Well, yeah, going back to the sprint, you also hit your teammate at one point. You were lucky not just to retire from that.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure if he. I don't know, because that's a really weird place to crash, isn't it?
He had a puncture.
Oh, that explains it a lot. And I'll be honest, I wasn't, because I was so far behind, and I didn't have a front wing. I already didn't have a front wing at that point. I was just cruising around to finish because I didn't want to waste a set of tyres. So I wasn't actually paying attention. And then I look up and there's a bloody Aston Martin facing towards me, and I couldn't avoid it. But yeah, managed to not die, which was nice. But yeah, so it meant that I finished 18th.
So 18th or 17th? I thought it was 17th.
One or the other, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 17, but maybe I'm wrong.
17, right, there we go.
Yeah, and then for the main race, actually, it was quite an impressive drive in the end. I didn't really see it much, and then you ended up winning the Grand Prix, so I don't actually know how that happened. Should we hear your thoughts?
So I didn't actually get a host start. I actually had a bit of slip on the start, but just then got traction on the guy in front of me because I think he disqualified his grid position and he had a terrible start, so I was able to go up the inside of him. And then I just took it really carefully through turn 1 and was able to just somehow like filter through loads of people really easily. I can't even explain how I did it, but I think I gained 6 positions on like by the end of lap 1 from people crashing. So I was up to like 11th or 10th, and then it was just taking it easy really. Obviously I started on the hards just to gamble because I was so far behind. And so it got to lap 10, and I only had fresh mediums or worn softs. So I thought it was lap 10. These can maybe get to the end. What have I got to lose? It turns out without the additional safety cars, they wouldn't have got to the end. So anybody who's yet to race, take that as a note, because I ended that race on 70% worn tyres. So those safety cars were a godsend. But for some reason, it didn't let me have any other tyres. So I couldn't go back onto another set of mediums or the hards again. It would only let me go onto ward soft. So that's why I didn't pit again. And to be honest, not pitting helped. But yeah, I just took it easy, to be honest. I got a couple of nice overtakes. And I didn't think I was going to win not 1 point during that race did I think I was going to win, because I just thought the people behind on fresher tyres were going to come screaming past. I think that last safety car saved me, to be honest. I think without that last safety car, I would have been caught by the faster people behind on cleaner tyres, because they would have had DRS and I would have just been a sitting duck. But because there wasn't DRS, I was able to just, keep the gap nicely.
Yeah, I think you've done really well to come back and win it from P17 and avoiding crashes left, right, and centre half the time, if not getting involved in a few.
I did have to thread the needle between LA16 Ham and whoever he crashed in at Ascari. I had to go in between them, which caused some poo in my pants. But apart from that, yeah, some close calls.
In the championship, by the way, you have just gained like 7 places and put yourself into.
Have I?
Yeah, supposedly it depends, because you're the only one who actually scored any real high points. Believe it or not, 25 was the highest points scored all weekend. But yeah, that's how that weekend's gone. What a write-off.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah.
My season's been a write-off. I should have done better in Baku. Me and Mega were the quickest in Baku, and I came second in the sprint and then completely flopped the race. Hungary again last week. I was quick. What was the race before Hungary? It was Imola. I had really good pace at Imola. Bottled it. I think I've bottled at every race, so I'm just glad to have not got a penalty and actually finished. So yeah, my season's been a disaster. So I'm pleased now.
Yes,
But
there is one thing I'm going to ask you about, actually, was the formation lap crashing into Locker. Are you aware that could be a massive penalty for you?
I'm in a party with Locker, so we were chatting. Essentially, because I'd already span, I was trying to get back to my position, and he weaved left, so there was a gap for me to go through. Then he weaved right. He obviously didn't see me coming. He wouldn't expect it. And yeah, we've spoken to him. It's fine, so it's no problem.
But you are aware that anyone can send in a clip of you overtaking anyone on the formation lap and get your penalty.
You're allowed to overtake to get back your.
Nope.
To get your position
Vettel
back.
did it in China and got a big penalty for it from Unity.
Where in the rulebook does it say that?
Yep.
I was going back to my grid position.
No, you're not allowed to overtake anyone full stop. Trust me, I know that rule, because, like I said, I told Vettel that he could do it and he got a penalty for it.
Well, I hope no one submits that, because I'd quite like to keep this win. I felt like it was quite deserved.
To be honest, there's a lot of drivers which could be risking penalties of a lot, so you should get. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll have a look at it later. If not, any other things you want to add? I mean, you got what's USA coming up. Do you like USA?
It depends. I find USA. I love the track, but I don't tend to do a lot of practice, and I think if they're going to track, you really need to get in the rhythm with it. So we'll see. I'm not holding out hopes, to be honest. It's a penalty high track, isn't it? And we know my track record.
Yes, of trying to cut every corner you come across. But you did well tonight, not cutting any corners.
I know. I can't believe it. I'm actually more pleased with that. I'm not even joking.
Well, yes. Very well done tonight on your win for now, and we'll hopefully, Mando, will see you again next week. Is there anything else you want to add? Any shout outs, anything like that?
Nope, that's all good, thanks.
Alrighty. Well, that is Division 2 at Monza. That has got to be, well, I don't even know what you want to call that weekend. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I see like quite a few new drivers have joined through this stream, so it must have been quite good. But I hope to see you all again in the near future. If not, then I'll just give you back to Mando, and he will enjoy your company from then onwards. You can join me again this Thursday for Division 4, as long as I'm not working. I will have to look at that. But until then, I will see you later. Good night.